Well, good day, folks. I'm in Villafranca del Bierzo. I'm staying at Hostel Cruz, and actually, it's a pretty nice place they got here. This town is actually quite lovely. Um, it's not a big town or anything. It's surrounded by great, lovely countryside, and there's a castle on the hill, and of course, they have a church. Every Spanish town has a church. They've got a pretty big church here, and yeah, some really old buildings, a couple of lovely old bridges. Your really nice Spanish little town. Yeah, we walked about 22 kilometers today to get here. It wasn't a huge walk, but I got to tell you, I was really sore from yesterday. That was harsh, and I really had not recovered fully from yesterday's walk, and so I was pretty sore today. As we were coming into town, I was really dragging my feet. Yeah, nothing really super exciting happened today, but I did take some video and some pictures and stuff, which of course I will put on the end after I do my little check-in here. I'll put them on this video, and I gave a lot of thought about yesterday, with the Iron Cross and everything, and just still really super happy that I did that. You may notice that in the video from yesterday, when I was showing the hills, there was some black areas on the hills. Well, apparently the reason for that is because there was a big wildfire that came through that area back a few months back, or I think it was in June or something. So you'll see that some of the hills in the background there, you'll see that there's big black areas and stuff, and that's because of the wildfire that swept through that area, and actually a lot of pilgrims, a lot of people that were on the Camino Francis avoided that area. They took buses or taxis or whatever, and avoided that area because they were afraid that they might get caught in the wildfires. But fortunately, the towns along the Camino and the Camino itself were really untouched. But you could see the damage on the hills when you're walking. You look over on the hills on the left-hand side, and you can really see the damage that was done. There's a lot of blackness on those hills, so that's why. If you're wondering why the hills look so black in some places, that's about it, really. I went out tonight. I went to the local grocery store, picked up a few things, and then I went to a little restaurant and had something to eat there. I stuffed myself. But it was so good. Like, actually, the food was excellent. I can't fault it. The food was very, very good at this little restaurant. A little more expensive than the food I've been getting at, like the pubs and things, other places and whatnot. This place was a little bit more expensive, although it was not in any way fancy. Like, when you walk in, it didn't look fancy or anything like that, but the food was really good, and I didn't complain. I think that's it. I can't think of anything else really that happened today, or that's of import. I will say, actually, I will mention this. I took a couple pictures of grapes. So the reason for that is, what I have noticed walking along, especially in this area, there's a lot of old vineyards that look like they've been abandoned. Like, nobody has bothered to upkeep them. They've been kind of overgrown with weeds and stuff like that. But the vines are still very much alive, and they're still producing grapes. And you're walking along the road and you see like bunches of grapes on vines, like they're just, it's like they're growing wild. It's like they've literally gone wild. Not only that, but there's like grapevines on the side of the road mixed in with, raspberry bushes or whatever those bushes are. They kind of look like raspberry or maybe blackberry bushes or something like that. And there's grapevines mixed in. And I think what it is, through like hundreds and hundreds of years of people growing grapes and stuff in these areas. I think what's happened is many of these vines or something have kind of gone wild, and the seeds have been spread, and now the seeds are all over the place. So yeah, so that's probably one of the reasons why there's so many grapevines. And you're just walking along the road and you're looking on the side of the road and you see grapevines everywhere, and grapes. So it's just kind of neat. I guess it's kind of similar, like in Canada, with our raspberries and blackberries and stuff like that. You look on the side of the road and you see blackberries everywhere, and you see raspberries, and things like that. So I guess it's kind of similar, but to them it's grapes. We're also back in olive country as well. I saw quite a few olive groves on the side of the road. So I hadn't seen those since before the Meseta. Of course, on the Meseta, there was none of that. There was mostly sunflowers and hay. And so, yeah. That's it. That's it, folks. So I will post the pictures and videos from today. Enjoy, and I will talk to you later. All right. Good night. Hey, doing my morning check-in here. So just met up with the gang at their hotel. Fortunately, they had a little cafe underneath it, so we had a little bit of breakfast. I had this thing. It's very popular here in Spain. It's like a round pie-shaped thing. It's eggs and like scrambled eggs and potatoes, and I can't remember what they call it, but anyway, it's about like an inch thick, and they cut it up in like pie shapes. It's actually quite good. So I had some of that with toast this morning. It rained all night last night, so the ground is wet, but it's not raining right now, which is where we're very thankful for. It's not a 28-kilometer hike today, but it is a 24-kilometer hike today. And yeah, so we're just heading out of town right now. Here, I'll just show you. And here's that castle I was looking at last night. And right down at the very, very bottom was that little place that I ate at last night with all the 80s paraphernalia in it.
That's a pretty cool shot.
It is. So hopefully the weather holds off today. It is supposed to rain a little bit this afternoon. I got a poncho last night, so that's awesome. So I can completely cover myself and my pack. And so yeah, I enjoyed my stay here at Ponferrada. And we are heading out of town. So I'll talk to you guys later.